Okay, well the first thing that I do is just I get my butter, which is just softened butter, which is about a cup and a half of butter, and I'm just going to put some caster sugar in to a bowl, and I'm actually going to cream that. So I'm going to do this until the butter goes at a really nice white colour. So, and sometimes having a beater is really handy, but I actually enjoy getting my, right into this. And seeing the changes happen in front of you. So having electric is great, but I think because this is such an easy Christmas cake and I'm getting away with a lot of other things, I think I'm going to have to do some hard work to get this sugar and butter to cream. So that's about right now. So now, the next ingredient we're adding now, once we've creamed our butter and sugar together, is we're adding our 4 free-range eggs. So, we're doing that. Lovely yolks, beautiful yellow yolks. You can tell these are really lovely and fresh from the bush. Okay, we're just going to combine that mixture quickly. Get all those side bits in. So that's the moisture of the cake there. The butter, the eggs, is what's going to combine our cake. That looks really nice now. So I'm going to just set that aside for 1 minute because I want to put together the other ingredients now. So I'm going to put in a bowl. We're going to actually add our fruit. So we've got a couple of cups of chopped fruit. Now I've chosen to chop my own fresh fruit salad up. I've got lots of some prunes in there. I've got apricots, pears, apple. So, and if you want, you can just go down the shop and grab a bag of chopped fruit. And then we've got our lovely Central Australian dates. Isn't that nice? Add those in there too. So, I don't think this cake is going to be, you could actually have a good serving of this cake. So then we've got our lovely chopped quandongs. Put those in there. And see, this is how easy it is, this recipe. I'm going to put all the nuts in there now. And also our lovely acacia vittori wattle seed, which is a couple of tablespoons of that. And you can smell it, it's beautiful. Then we've got our lemon myrtle, a couple of teaspoons of lemon myrtle going into the mixture as well. Okay. And we're just going to give those a bit of a mix around. Get that all combined first, the fruit and those beautiful spices in there. So that when the next thing I'm going to do is put in the flour. So that'll be coating all the fruit, the flour and the baking powder. Okay. And that just absolutely smells beautiful. So then we've got our flour, which is just self-raising flour. Look, people sift. I'm not fussy. You know how much time we've got in these days now. We don't have many times to do anything, I mean, I know it's good. It is good when you've got the time and you're doing something, when you've got the time. But I don't. So this is going in, and to me, I'm sure it's been through the sifter a few times in the factory. And this is not looking for, that fluffiness and bounciness. This is full of fruit and nuts, and it's not going to, grow too big. But it's just really, when you're sifting, you're aerating the flour, so I'm sure that all these nuts and fruit are going to make it heavy again anyway. Now don't forget we've got that little bit of baking powder to add in there as well, so I'm just going to mix that through. And we got our couple of teaspoons of salt, that's I'm going to mix in as well. So just give that a mix around. And then it's a matter of just combining the egg and the sugar and butter mixture to this bowl. But there's one thing that I did need to add before I put that in there. I'm going to add that little tiny bit of that lemon juice I talked about earlier, the couple of teaspoons of lemon juice. And I'm going to add the rind as well now to the butter and egg mixture, butter, egg and sugar mixture. So we're just going to mix those through quickly. That's a little bit, oh, that smells glorious too. That fresh lemon rind. Okay, now this is the good bit. I'm just going to add all of those lovely fruits, flowers, salt, baking powder, quandong, wattle seed, lemon myrtle. You'd be surprised, I only put a little bit of bush feed in there, but you can really, really smell it. When it cooks, all those flavours are coming through. So, you see that? It's not going to be a runny mixture, it's going to be a really firm mixture. But, oh, look at that, it's really coming together nicely. So, now you need, for this cake mixture, you need a, around about 30 centimetre baking pan, like a greased pan. I put a bit of baking paper in the bottom with some butter on it, so that when you're pulling it out, it's not going to stick to the bottom. It won't stick anyway, but it'll just come out really nice. It'll give the sides a nice look. All right, now. Okay, what I should be doing today is getting a wooden spoon. Would make things a lot easier to mix. Hold on a second. I'll go and grab one. Oh, hot. It's yummy. Okay, so the cake's ready to go into the pan. I'm just going to grab that out now. So we've got this a round pan here that I've just put some greaseproof paper in, and we're just going to spoon that mixture into there. And remembering that this is going to be a pretty big cake. Well, you've got a big family, and I'm sure if you've got some left over, you can have a cup of tea the next day with some of this cake too. So it's not going to go to waste at all. Oh, look at that. I think we've done a lot there. We've got to fill this whole pan up. We don't want to waste any bits, do we? Look at this. It's really... Okay. Over there. Spoon that last bit in. Now all I'm going to do here is spread that into the pan as best you can, like all around to the edges. So, and the roughness, it'll go, when it gets to the oven, it'll smooth out, so don't be too fussed about it. Here we go. Okay. That's it. So that goes in the oven for, I'd say, around about an hour and a half. Now, depending on your oven you've got, you just test it. You put a skewer in there. If your skewer comes out nice and dry, then it's ready. And I like to make it a bit of a golden brown colour, so get that lovely golden brown colour around it. And this crusts up really nicely. It's really crusty, but the inside is just lovely. All those fruits in that. So see how easy that was. I really hope you get in this Christmas and have a go at this one. And this is it. This is our beautiful bush Christmas cake. Now I've got to do one little tiny bit of explaining about these lovely quandongs on the top. In the recipe, I've kept a couple of cups of the quandong halves, the frozen ones, and I've just put them in a half a cup of sugar and just cooked them up on the stove, and then that's what I've done with the top. I've just had some glazed quandongs on the top. This is just a lovely touch that I've added on there, but you really don't have to go that whole hog if you don't want to. Just using the quandong and the cake is good enough, I think. Yeah. So enjoy, and Merry Christmas.